So hello and welcome to Steps to Maths. We're still looking at integers in this video, and in this video we'll be looking at subtracting integers. Okay, so you've already gone through the adding and subtracting, the multiplying and dividing of integers. So you know that if you start at -3, if you're 3 down, and you go down another 4, you're at -7. So -3 take away 4 is equal to -7. So now I want to look at subtracting and what subtracting means. Okay, that -4 brought me down to -7. If I remove that loss of 4, I would be back to -3. So I want to know, how do I actually write that down in maths? How do I write down removing a loss of 4? And the way I write that is I say I subtract -4. It means lots of different things, but in this context we're going to say I'm removing that loss. Okay, so I was at -3, I lost 4 and went down to -7. From -7 I subtracted the loss of 4, which brought me back to -3. And I'd say -7 take away -4 is equal to -3. And the result is exactly the same as if I had added 4. -7 subtracting -4 to get me -3 is exactly the same as -7 adding 4, which gives me -3, which you know already from your practice. Okay? So that's it. Subtracting integers, the rule is if you're subtracting a negative, it's exactly the same as adding a positive. Let's have a look at some examples so you recall that. If I was at -7 and I want to subtract a -9, it's exactly the same as saying -7 plus 9. If I was at +8 and I subtracted -7, I would have +8 plus 7, which is 15. Okay, so wherever you see a subtraction of a negative number, it's exactly the same as a positive number. And in fact, one thing you'll actually probably notice, you can probably just about see it in this video, is the subtraction sign is a little bit different to the negative sign. So a subtraction there is a little bit different from the -9, and the subtraction is a little bit different from the -7. But regardless, subtracting a negative number is exactly the same as adding it. So every time we see a subtraction of a negative number, we replace it with an addition, +7. That's it.